I know intrinsically that I have a camp soul. So I knew, because we're such a family and the way that we work together as a creative collective, that what we would create together would be camp.
The creative process is very natural to both of us. It's as much having a conversation about what we're going to do on the red carpet as it is what we're going to eat for lunch.
Yeah, just to do that, and maybe you add 2 more on top, which is smaller, you know?
As we tried things on and went through sketches, it just sort of came alive. The team and I presented her lots of sketches. She picked ones that she felt, more attached to. It was pretty simple. I don't think we ever even talked about it until we had a fitting. And I think that speaks to our decade-long friendship of working in very high-stress scenarios. Once we've decided on a sketch, then we create a muslin, which in this case, because everything came down to the fit, we had to measure exactly how the dress would fit over the previous dress, and the inner workings of that dress had to reflect the dress underneath it. So everything had to be cut in similar or the same fabric. And because we had no room for error here, we made everything in the actual fabric, the first muslin. So the massive cape coat, which had 25 yards of silk file, we made 2 of those. So we went in, 50 yards running throughout the studio. We did 1 garment each, and then our head pattern maker actually has the same body measurements as Gaga, and because Gaga was in California, we tried those on and did a fashion show every night in the studio. Then we had only 2 fittings with Gaga the 2 days prior. So we were really grateful that they fit.
When Brandon created that pink dress and I saw it, I instantly was catapulted to like a childlike place. What I really love about what we're doing is that it reads like an essay or a poem, and it tells a story, and it's so in line with Susan Sontag's notes, and I feel it's also very innocent. I also think this is the biggest fuck you of all time. Like, this would also live by.
Got it.
Do you want to just give me like a little bit of a thing?
Susan Sontag says in her notes on camp that camp is a way of seeing the world as an aesthetic phenomenon.
Yeah, it's not even so much.
One that rests on innocence. And that innocence, which is revealed by the person, thing, performance, or otherwise, arrives in extravagance. However, this is to say that extravagance is not the point. Camp is serious in its attitude. And in its irony, it is ultimately anti-serious. It's not all about just being as over the top as possible, because that's not the point. If it is over the top and we are extravagant, then that's what it is. But it's not the point to try to be as extravagant as possible.
Do like a casual pose.
Sorry, I'll try not to hit you. And then you guys can float away. And Richard, I would give them there's an element to me in camp that is somewhat addressed in Susan's notes, but not in another way that I perceive it, which is to bemuse. That, to walk away. And I could even pose on the side like this. Having my escorts in our parade with umbrellas, it's not raining, so why are there umbrellas? Why? The length of the dress, so dramatic. Why? The length of the eyelashes. Extravagant. Why?
1, 2, 3,
It feels intelligent to me.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, Richie can do that.
The second fitting, we rehearsed every single thing, and that was probably the fitting that gave me the most stress because the outfits weren't finished yet. And you know, Gaga doesn't do anything like on a small level, so she's rehearsing, she's like full out rehearsing, and so there were some hems not finished.
So we'll reveal this after the black dress, right? And then I'll go like this. And I'm not gonna help you. You know what it is? Go slower. Or is it one at a time? 1. 2. And don't worry, like, we have 20 minutes. They could be in your pocket or they could be in the wagon. You know, sorry I fired you from book. But we know you do glasses in a backpack. Me wearing fishnets and a bra and panty, playing piano on stage. This to me was camp because it harkens back to cabaret. Camp becomes camp over time. So for my last reveal to be something that is something that I did 10 years ago or even more, it's campy now. And then I'll just be like, see ya.
I knew I wanted to end in a bra and panty with her because that's really become a look over time that she's very known for. Also, when we were very young, she used to like saunter through the airport in her underwear and like into like an Olive Garden or wherever we were. I also love the idea of being at the Met at this event that's all about the clothes with, you know, no clothes on.
Don't be afraid to, because that's how I'm gonna be like, here we are, like we've arrived. This is the house of Gaga, house of fun. We're gonna walk in like snobs, making it not snobby. And that is camp. I want you to really channel your inner child today. The person in you that always wanted to dance, always wanted to perform. That is why you are here. I do not hire models. You are all beautiful to me, even more beautiful than a model. What we have that many on that carpet will not have is their family, you know, all that love, all that kinship. This is serious business, but it doesn't mean you have to be serious. Or, it actually doesn't mean you have to be anything other than you. He sounds like he's encouraging me. He's just in tremendous pain right now.
This is from Anna.
Oh, thank you. From Anna. From Anna.
And Anna.
Oh, she's thank you for the flowers.
Yeah, about nothing.
Shit. Drop. And this winter, I'm sorry. Oh, mother.
Oh my God.
I know. That is when the hair with all the makeup isn't perfect.
Oh my God.
And how's it walk around?
We need to walk now.
Yeah.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Singing to the tune.
We go this way and then
Just to keep us talking.
The thing that I feel most proud of is that almost 10 years ago, I went to the Met Gala for my first time in her dressing room. 10 years later, I'm walking up the stairs with her and right into the front door. Never go into something like that thinking about what the world will think about it. I mostly thought about every little kid like us.
This is really just us being us, and that camp is a part of who we are. It's not something that we have to try to be. They could go underneath Brandon, and they could open these windows. The internet is gonna break with me. I can't even the number of these. This is like really stupid.